Ghanaian vehicle manufacturing firm Kantanka has unveiled what it says is one of its kind luxury vehicle. The car, which was unveiled at its annual Technology and Agricultural Exhibition Fair yesterday, has the looks and interior similar to that of an aircraft. It doesn't have wings though, and it cannot fly, but it is set to rival the limousine and other luxury vehicles. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and many other dignitaries attended the exhibition. We bring you more in the following report.
Patrons of the 39th Annual Technology and Agricultural Exhibition of Christo Asafo were treated to the sight of an all-new mini aeroplane-sized vehicle, 40 feet in length, the latest innovation by Kantanka. The automobile is called Kantanka Mo, meaning well done Kantanka. The red vehicle parked across the Awashi fields attracted loud applause, wonder and excitement from the audience gathered there. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who spoke as guest speaker for the occasion, lauded the initiative, describing it as one of a kind.
I do not know if this machine is a car or airplane. It is indeed wonderful, one in the world. I've been told none exist anywhere else. I believe it. Let us give him a round of applause.
The paramount chief of the Akwemu State, Odeneho Kwafo Akoto III, called for state support for the Kantanka industry.
We appeal to government. Engineer Safo needs to be assisted. Tax exemption is a major example that can propel the Kantanka company.
You send your how I say one tax will be here if you want this animal, and one should be manual. Now,
Founder and chief innovator behind the Kantanka group of companies, Apostle Kwejo Safo, called for a change in the education curriculum of Ghana to enhance practical technology for the state's development.
We are changing the nation, as the white man says.
It's a time to change Ghanaian curriculum.
Once this is done, we can become the pioneers of Africa. From here, other nations on the continent will learn too. This will spread the good knowledge across Africa.
Other items on display were organic food products from Kantanka Organic Farms, an armored personnel carrier vehicle equipped with CCTV and dozen missile firing system, V8 engine block, amongst others. The manufacturers have not indicated if Kantanka Mo will be commercialized. PSC Nanaya Osafo's report for JoyNews.
And joining us on Skype is Nana Kojo Safo Akofina. He's the CEO of Kantanka Group for more. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Well, we're trying to reach him via Skype, and we will have that conversation as soon as we're able to establish contact. But managers of the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program are calling for more donor support to make the program impactful. Now, over 332,000 households have been enrolled into the program. Okay, we're going back to speak to Mr. We're going back to speak to Mr. Akofina about that airplane vehicle. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what exactly went into the thinking to create this aircraft-like automobile?
Uniqueness. I mean, my father has always been the type that always wants to invent or innovate something that hasn't been made already in the world. So that was the main focus why he built the aircraft-like car that we outdoored yesterday at the 39th edition of the Tech and Agri show.
So is it mainly for exhibition purposes, or are you actually hoping that it'll be something that can be used on the roads?
It's a prototype. It's a prototype that we intend to, in case, I mean, you have a lot of people in town or in the world that might want to do something crazy or might want to do something unique, someone will want to ride in something like this, I mean, it's going to be available only based on order.
Oh, right. Okay. So about how much went into building this?
I can't say offhand. I can't say offhand, but you know, research, things that has to do with research takes a lot of money. You know, you do a few things, you try, you have a few failed attempts, you know, but still it's research. So it's part of it. But
Right.
I don't remember of how much went into it.
Okay, can you give us an estimate?
Well, estimate more than 100,000 though.
Right. Okay. Well, what's your favorite part of this vehicle, plane? What would you call it? A vehicle, a plane, a planosine? What would you call it?
What would you call it? Tell me.
I have no.
It,
I
so
mean,
let me know how you call it.
I guess I would call it like a planosine, like a plane and a limousine,
Maybe
or
a plane car or something.
Yeah. But what's your favorite part of this creation?
The interior and the color.
The interior and the color. So what can it do that regular cars can't do, apart from the fact that it's massive? What are some of the special features that it has?
Special features is luxury, and I think security as well, safety. I mean, what normal vehicles can do. If you look at the aerodynamic shape of the car, definitely it's going to be faster than like your normal cars or so. Because if you look at the aerodynamic shape of it, it goes under the wind. So it's definitely a bit faster than your normal vehicle. And also, in terms of safety, in terms of luxury, you are looking at, I mean, the best.
Right. Okay, so when you look at the size of our roads here in Ghana, for example, they're not that big.
Yeah.
So if I bought this car, for example, how would I be able to use it? I mean, it looks like you may need some sort of clearance or you may need some sort of police escort, but using it on a regular road, let's say you're trying to use it at Kanishi, where the overhead is, like how is it usable? How is it a sustainable and
It's like any other vehicle. If you look at our roads, as you said, our roads are small and all. We still have trailers on our roads. We still have tankers on our roads, and we still have limousines on our roads. So, I mean, the size of this vehicle, the length, the breadth of it is still something that can still be used for our system. You don't need any police escort, any kind of special clearance for it, unless maybe DBLA comes up with something about road, about our vehicle length or vehicle specifications that have certain restrictions. But to my knowledge, I don't think there are any restrictions whatsoever.
Right, okay, so moving away from this vehicle for a second, how is business, or how has business been for you 2019 in terms of, car sales, in terms of Ghanaians actually using the cars that you're producing, and what are some of your future plans? What are some of the things we can look forward to? Maybe an aircraft?
This car plane is going to have me answering a lot of questions. Anyway, business has been great. I mean, 2019 has been a blessing. It's been. I don't even know how to say it. My company was ready to issue a statement in February about how things have been so far, how our year has been since even from the day that we launched Kantanka Automobile. But I mean, I would give a massive thanks to God, Ghanaians, the few ministries, districts, and also district and municipals that have really patronized and purchased Kantanka vehicles. We have a few vehicles being used by the ministries. As we speak now, we are yet to deliver about 160 vehicles to the Ministry of Education. We have a few of our vehicles with Forestry Commission. We have a few, National Security, Finance Minister, his ministry. We have a few vehicles out there. We've sold so much that for once I've even lost count of how many vehicles that we've sold just last year alone, or just this year alone.
Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning, and we look forward to the next creation from you and the company.